Denial simply says nothing else exists. All that exists is what I believe, what I see, and I don't have to accept anything else. I don't have to know that anything else exists because all that I see is right in front of my face.
One of my very early experiences with white Americans was very negative. I was called racial slurs and I was denigrated in a bus for speaking Spanish.
Here I had a student call me a racial slur. I never experienced anything racist at all, and that's when it really got real.
Denial is just to have privilege because you don't feel the need to acknowledge your privilege, and so you think that what you know is what you need to know, and if it doesn't harm you, then there's no reason to go out of your way to learn about other cultures.
Denial is, at its base, refusing to accept that any work needs to be done.
Some people just don't want to learn. And when you have people like that, it's really hard to break that barrier and try to get them to understand.
I think there's a lot more conversation to be had when you don't polarize yourself or polarize the country.
My understanding of polarization is that folks are not able to look outside of their own worldview, and that things outside of their own worldview or their comfort zone can be really threatening, really terrifying, and therefore it doesn't exist. Their way is the right way, and everything else is incorrect.
The admittance of one's privilege is the first step, because I think without that, there's no need, there's no perception that there's almost anything wrong. Admitting that I have this privilege, and then also adding on to that other people don't, that other people have, varying degrees of inequities or disparities.
I think the first step is to say that this matters. This is something that will benefit you, and then people will finally start to see, well, if it benefits me, maybe I should at least give it the time of day.
Don't get angry when you hear something because you're like, that makes you uncomfortable. Just try to understand why it makes you uncomfortable. Why, hearing two others talk about racism or xenophobia makes you uncomfortable.
I think it comes back to a lot, once again, the exposure to real people on the other side of those spectrums.
I personally feel like that most people who are in denial about other cultures is to just going to experience them.
It's okay to be a little overwhelmed at first. It's okay to be frightened, to not understand things, and it's especially okay to need help. But you have to ask for it. You have to sit down and talk with someone and say, hey, I am trying to learn how I can better support you as a human being first, and then as every other identity that you hold and claim.
I really do not think it's equal as everybody says it is. It's not free, and everybody is not included. And so when people start to realize that, that's when the change starts to happen.
Just because you don't understand it or you don't see it or you haven't experienced it doesn't mean that other people haven't.
Diversity benefits everyone involved. Diversity of ideas, mindsets, backgrounds, and experiences always help the group that is made up of those members. It makes them more efficient, it makes them problem solve better, and these are all empirically backed